Hi my lovely ones, it's Ethany and welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you part 1 of my 5-part free mini course, Oracle Card Reading for Beginners, a wonderful way to enhance your intuition and get the most out of your cards. I hope you enjoy this 5-part series and let's jump into the first part. So what on earth is an Oracle deck anyway? And why should you be using these beauties in your spiritual practice? Let's dive into it. Oracle cards are a set of images. They are a deck, and these decks can be used for guidance, divination, self-reflection, meditation, readings, and also developing your intuition. They are usually a gentle tool that will allow you to come to yourself, your inner compass, your guiding star, your higher self even, or your spirit guides if you work with them. Now, each deck has a specific theme or structure. It's not uniform like tarot is. So this is a great thing, and this can also be a bit of an overwhelming thing. Now, I was just showing you cards from one of my Oracle decks, the Awakened Soul Oracle. But if I show you some cards from another deck, this is the Moon, Earth and Shadow deck by Ruan Vervain, you'll see it's completely different. The art's different. There is no set meanings between these two decks. The size is different. Everything about these decks will be different, because Oracle decks are a free-flowing, open to interpretation set of cards. The main thing you're going to find when you come across Oracle cards in the wild, whether that is at a bookstore or a crystal shop, and you're wondering, ooh, what's the difference between tarot and Oracle? Which one's better? Well, the main difference is their structure. And because of that, a little bit about their accessibility. With the tarot, we have a structure. We have a major arcana, a minor arcana. Traditionally, there are 78 cards, and those meanings of those 78 cards actually move from deck to deck. So you can pick up any tarot deck if you know the system, and there are systems of tarot. I do have a free series on that as well. And you will find that you can apply those meanings. So every tarot deck will have a 3 of Swords, and if you know the meaning of the 3 of Swords, you can carry that over. Whereas the Oracle decks, their system is unique to that specific deck. It means you have less to learn if you are not someone who wants to learn 78 cards, or the tarot just kind of isn't your thing. It means you can jump right in. Oracle cards and Oracle decks can be anything from a small deck to 25 cards, all the way through to decks that have hundreds of cards. Yes, I know, I can't even imagine how you would shuffle that, but it is true. Some decks have massive card numbers. It's huge. So really finding something that works for you is going to be the best way of going about it. So don't think, oh my gosh, this deck has 50 cards and this deck has 36. One has got to be better or worse. That's not the case. It just is what the creator has put on offer for you. Tarot cards have their titles on them. Well, most of them do anyway, if you're looking at more traditional ones. And Oracle cards will also have keywords. Now, some will just have a title. So this is from my Modern Goddess Oracle, and it just has the title of the archetype or the goddess so that you can work with it really free. The keywords and the symbols and everything are in the guidebook, or you'll have something like this. On these cards, you have a phrase. So this one is sing your own song. So how you apply that, those keywords, to your reading is how you're going to work with the deck, or one of the ways you can. But keywords, phrases, symbols, how much information is written on there, what the design of the back is, it's all up to the individual creator. I have found through my many years of working with tarot and Oracle decks, teaching so many students, I've lost count, I've been very fortunate, creating my own and reading with them daily, that the common theme across the board is that a lot of people find Oracle cards to be more accessible. easier to understand and digest, easier to jump in with your little feet and get your feet wet. So if you are looking for a way to start your divination journey, to start your card reading journey, oracle decks are definitely where I would suggest you maybe start. Or if you're like me, you just jump into tarot, but you will not go wrong with a really good oracle deck. Many people use oracle cards for daily affirmations, for picking a card in the morning to see what the day is going to bring them. And if you're skilled or if you want to become a professional reader, you can do that as well. I've had some powerful readings from people just using an oracle card. We're about to bust a myth, and the myth that we are busting in this lesson is oracle cards evil? Can they open up trapdoors to the underworld? Can they lead to possession and scary things? And the simple answer is absolutely not. Now, the long answer is that a lot of that misconception comes from deep-seated religious points of view. If you come from a religious background or you live somewhere where religion is very prevalent, you may find that you are not supposed to go near them, and that people have these taboo things that are attached to cards, but they are pieces of paper, cardstock with images. Nothing has power unless we give it power. And I have yet to be able to open any sort of doorway using any of my cards. Not that I would try, but I'm just saying, like, it's absolutely safe to use oracle cards for sure. Remember that those prejudices about the cards being evil come from a deep-seated fear of not understanding, you know, something you don't know, and not leaning into maybe a place of inquiry and trying to understand. They are a tool, and just like any tool, how the end user uses that tool will depend on really the outcome of that. But they are literally cards that most people use for self-evaluation, deep reflection, getting messages for themselves, and developing their intuition. They are not evil. To wrap up, oracle decks are card decks with imagery and messages that are unique to its own set. They are a wonderful way to start your journey when it comes to card divination. They are accessible, and there are themes of just about anything when it comes to decks. You'll find unicorns, you'll find angels, you'll find, you know, like cyberpunk oracles. There's literally something out there for everybody. So that makes it super, super easy to get started. You can dive right in with your practice, and they are super accessible for beginners. I love the fact that they are versatile. You can use them with tarot or just themselves, but really they are going to help you learn more about yourself. They are a wonderful tool to help you get to know your intuitive self, to stretch your intuitive muscles, to build your intuitive muscles. And it is the tool that I recommend to people over anything else when it comes to building their intuition and psychic ability from the start. This has been part 1 of Oracle Card Reading for Beginners.